Hi, my name is Amy Olette. I am 34 years old and I am a full-time music teacher in elementary public schools. I've been teaching in the public schools for 5 years now. I taught 2 years in the private sector as well. Prior to that, I was working on my music education, and while I was in college, I took a vocal class and I was diagnosed with some small vocal nodules that they just attributed to overuse. I played on the basketball team and we did a lot of yelling during that time, and so it was recommended I go to see an ENT. I did that. They recommended, seeing if acid reflux medication would help eliminate that issue. And I would have minor issues, but nothing major. When I started working in the elementary school and I was working full-time teaching, I started to notice that my lack of vocal training and the demands of the size of the room and teaching 30 plus students on a regular basis really demanded a lot from my voice, and I had an incident where I became sick and developed laryngitis, and coming back from that laryngitis I was unable to sing the way that I could sing before. There was a lot of tension, and it led me to go back to an ENT. I did some vocal therapy with a licensed vocal therapist, and after about 8 weeks she didn't feel that she could do anything more with me because speaking wise I was adequate for what I needed, but I was having issues on the singing side of thing, which led me to look up Larry Robideau. He was recommended to me by a colleague of mine, and since working with him I've found probably the most success in regaining flexibility, reducing tension, and increasing my range back again.
Amy is holding the Vocal Release Model VR02. This device is designed to relax the tongue with electrical impulses. This time, Amy is going to take the device, place it into her mouth on the body of the tongue. And what you'll do is you'll test the voltage at a low setting. So I want you to try that.
So this is a 2.
Okay, so place that on the base of the tongue, right? And press. Do you feel anything?
I feel like a slight sensation, kind of like little
A little bit.
like little pressure, a little tingy,
Okay.
kind of like when you chew on like something metal,
Okay.
like that kind of a flavor on the tongue.
Also,
But no discomfort.
okay. I'd like you to also acknowledge if you feel any contraction in the tongue at any point.
Not at that voltage. It's
Okay.
just more that the tongue is feeling the sensation.
Okay.
But it doesn't necessarily feel like anything is happening on the tongue.
Okay, let's turn it up a little bit more. What do you have it at?
Let's double it and we'll go to a 4.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Again, impulse the tongue again. Okay.
Pulse was a little bit stronger.
Yep.
As I moved it around, I could feel like
Where
the
the
sensation wherever I was moving it on the tongue.
Good.
So my tongue was feeling it. It's interesting, the tongue almost feels like a little bit more relaxed than it was before, but not like nothing major at this point because it was, I think, probably because it was a low voltage.
Right, and you can actually feel where your tension is and address it accordingly.
Okay.
So you want to
So
turn it up
let's
a little
go
more?
to 6.
Sure.
Okay.
And you can press and also impulse it.
More of a tingling this time. It
Okay.
definitely feels like it's a little bit stronger.
Mm-hmm.
If I was doing it in an area that I already did,
Yeah.
that wasn't as noticeable, but if I went to an area that I hadn't touched, the tingling was a little bit stronger.
Okay. No contraction yet.
No contraction.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Right.
Okay, let's go up to
But it will still have an effect even if you
Yeah.
don't have that.
let's go up to 8.
Okay?
Okay.
And it can just be an impulse.
That time you could feel like kind of like the warmth of it pressing into the tongue.
Okay.
Definitely much stronger.
Yeah.
But it was wasn't painful at
No.
all. It was just like kind of a warmth and like a tingling going through, and again, like the tongue feels kind of relaxed.
You can feel
again.
that.
Yep.
You might even notice the salivation glands release as well. Everything in general will relax.
Yes, actually, they are more released. I just thought it was because I was sticking my tongue out and rubbing it. But it's probably because that's happening.
Right.
All right, so let's go all the way up to 9.
Sure.
Okay.
And feel the areas, specifically at the root of the tongue, which you'll notice is in the back on either side.
Okay. I'll do the different areas.
Just give a couple pulses.
Oh, that was a good pulse, that one. I got a spot that must have been a tight spot.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And the tongue contracts.
Uh-huh. Tongue definitely was contracting now. I felt it a lot more like right in the middle, towards the back, not as much. It makes a big difference with how much my tongue is touching the
Right.
metal bars, I think, on
The
the back. Like if
electrodes.
I'm positioning it, as I'm using this, the more that I find that like I'm finding the right position to put it in, and the better contact,
Right.
the more effect that I'm feeling. And definitely this last time I could feel the contraction. Again, just a tingling. I don't feel like it's not painful at all.
No.
It almost feels, because I've done the like the 9-volt battery to
Sure.
test it,
Yep.
for microphone. It actually feels a little less. I'm looking for the word. Obstructive than that. Like that gives you like more of a jolt right away.
Right.
This doesn't give you quite as strong of a jolt, but you can still feel the contraction happening. It's probably because it's not centralized on one spot. Like
Right.
when you put it on your tongue,
There's more surface contact.
more surface contact, so it's spreading it out more.
Distributing.
Yeah, so I definitely feel like, that space where, like in the middle of my tongue where I was getting the good contact at the end, that spot feels much more relaxed at
Good.
this point.
So that gives you a
So
better
now
open.
I feel like I'm tight on this side. It's
Okay.
making me aware,
Yes.
now that that's relaxed, that another spot is not as relaxed as that other spot.
Good.
So I'm going to try my right side
Sure.
and see what happens.
Okay.
See if I get some good contact.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did the right side, felt it contract, and now that right side feels a little it feels like relaxed, like the middle. Very cool. Very cool.
So we've waited about a minute or two after you've had those impulses. How does it feel? How does your tongue feel?
Definitely more relaxed, especially that I just tried the right side because the middle had felt more relaxed. The right side now feels almost equal to the middle.
Okay.
And it definitely feels relaxed. I don't feel like there's any like strange sensation on my tongue or anything from using the vocal release. It just feels like I've done some stretches with my tongue, but I haven't done any stretches with my tongue.
Right. So this is obviously a supplementary for therapy and training and pedagogy with voice training. I would like you to try to impulse again, and
Okay.
then this time see what you feel if it is as severe a contraction as before.
Okay,
If you
so
notice less.
I'm still in the 9 like I was at the end.
Right.
So there is a contraction that's happening there, but it's not as strong. It's it's you can feel the pulsing, but it's not like as shocking as it was in the first. And when I say shock, like catching you by surprise, not so much like makes you want to jump out of the seat shock.
Right.
So like, because when you get it, it's like, oh yeah, that's the spot.
Right.
That's the spot.
Now I'm noticing that your voice is clearing up just from using this because it's giving you more mobility within the mechanics. Do you notice that as well?
Yeah, I do. I mean the relaxation in the tongue that I'm feeling, and then it makes it feel like it's easier
Just speak
to
naturally.
speak naturally. Yes.
Right. Okay. Great. Thank you.
I'll go.